Now, when it comes to Final Fantasy VII, 8 and 9 on PC and its mods, Final Fantasy VIII usually falls in last place because there's two versions of the game, there's various ways to mod, and sometimes these mods clash with each other, sometimes they don't. But in today's video, I'm going to be sharing the must-have mods for the best experience for Final Fantasy VIII for both new players and for ones that want to return to the world of Final Fantasy VIII. So with that all being said, what is up guys, Jen here, hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to the channel. As always, got you covered with timestamps down below, so if you want to skip to a certain mod, feel free to do so. All I ask is you to support the channel and hit that like button, and if you want to stick around for some more Final Fantasy content, then please consider hitting that subscribe button. But the first thing that you are going to need for this to happen is Final Fantasy VIII on PC. Today's video we're focusing on the OG 2013 version, and I've got you covered thanks to our friends at Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming is an authorized key reseller that sells Steam games at incredible prices, and that includes Final Fantasy VIII. And if you've already got Final Fantasy VIII, there are thousands of games to choose from Clair Obscur Expedition 33 to Doom the Dark Ages, and if you're awaiting a little bit of Elden Ring Night Ring, you can also pick that up at an incredible price using my link down below. We also have a chance for you to win any game off the website just by entering using the links below. So thanks to Instant Gaming and happy shopping. So you've got Final Fantasy VIII. Now the reason we're focusing on the 2013 version, because I feel like you can get more out of the 2013 version when it comes to mods. And what we're aiming for when it comes to collecting these mods today is a true to form playthrough, but with some new bells and whistles to keep us on the edge of our seat. So let's start off with the graphics. And to make this all possible, we need Tombury Enhanced. This allows us to drag and drop everything that we need, so make sure you get that downloaded. There is a link down below. But we're going to start off with Seed Reborn. This allows us to choose from menu gradients. All the text has been recreated with a new font, as well as the font colors have been modified, the battle icons, the status effect icons, and everything in between. There is a Gunblade cursor. Basically anything UI related, Seed Reborn is going to have you covered, and it's going to make the Final Fantasy VIII menu look fantastic. Next up, we have the Horizon Pack. What this will do is make the world map of Final Fantasy VIII such a joy to traverse, because all of the textures are going to be replaced, from the grass to the mountains to even the Ragnarok and garden itself. Honestly, this is such a glow up from what we get from the vanilla version of Final Fantasy VIII, so it's definitely worth to include in this list. Next up, pre-rendered backgrounds. We are going with the Project Angel Wing mod. This upscales all of the backgrounds. It might not be on par with what the Megori mod offers or what Final Fantasy VII's pre-rendered backgrounds offer, but it's certainly a start. It's definitely a step up from the pixeled pre-rendered backgrounds that we got with the vanilla Final Fantasy VIII, and it's a great addition to what we're going for. Next up, we are going to go to the Battlefield, and we're going to go with the Battlefield Pack. This will upscale all of the battlefields that we will be battling on, just so it blends what we're already getting from the world map textures and the pre-rendered backgrounds, make it seem seamless. But to have all these glorious backgrounds when it comes to the world map, pre-rendered backgrounds, and now the battlefields, we need character models to fit. We don't want the best guy looking here. We really want it to look pretty damn glorious, and Rebirth Flame will do that job. All of the textures for the characters will look pristine and just ties everything graphically all together. And to finish off everything graphically, we want these three mods. We want Project Hellfire, we want Apocalypse, and we want Lunar Cry. Now, Project Hellfire will upscale all of the textures of the GFs. So if you're someone that uses GFs constantly, I'm actually going to have to just stop the video for a minute and just ask if you're all right. What was the last thing you could remember? Is anything too fuzzy? Have you suddenly discovered that everyone that you know grew up in the same place. It's all right. Don't worry. But if you are okay and your memory's intact, then this is a mod you'll probably want to use. Apocalypse gives all of the boss textures an upscale just to make everything blend in nice and cleanly. And then Lunar Cry is every single mob that we come across in Final Fantasy VIII. And that will tie us all together when it comes to the graphics of Final Fantasy VIII. Now, for some of you, this might be enough already. We have the graphical mods and we can just go and play Final Fantasy VIII, but I do want to take it a couple of steps further when it comes to some gameplay mods, just in case you're someone that's played it before and you want something a little bit different. And today's gameplay mod we're going to be going for to tie this all together, because it all works with one another. Nothing will be clashing. We want to go with the Xylo mod, but in particular its mod borrow update. Because we've gone all over the graphical changes, we don't need the Xylo mod because the Xylo mod comes with the graphical changes. The mod bro strips all that away and we just have the gameplay changes. So the things that this mod changes is the gameplay experience. Monsters still grow on strength with your leveling up, but are locked in stat growth. You'll be able to draw better spells and items on high level monsters while still getting pretty much identical difficulty. There's new recipes, shops and prices. The main way you'll get magic spells is by refining items. It is still possible to draw, but very hard for higher spells, at least for the long part of the game until you've got a good enough magic stat. There's reworked magic spells. Status and elemental weaknesses are now linked. That means you can intuitively know what status an enemy can be put into by scanning it or just by looking up its type. For example, Plant Sphere Fire, which is linked to the blind status. There's various limit break changes. There's more GF growth, learning trees. There's a compatibility mechanic and summoning utility, and GS should prove much weaker early on in the game because you start off with 0 compatibility. Therefore, a very long summoning time. You need to level them up from level 1 to have access to her abilities. And there's more interesting changes in the scenarios, including music changes, new rewards for quests, and the ubiquitous Queen of Cards quest. So there is a lot of stuff. There's also job changes as well. You've probably noticed a couple of costumes. This will bring costume changes for the weapons in particular. So not only are you getting a weapon, it's also changing the costume that you are going to be wearing as well. It's supposed to be reminiscent of like the job classes of Final Fantasy's old. But this is a fantastic mod. It is a great new way to experience Final Fantasy VIII. They are the mods that will give you the best experience of Final Fantasy VIII, especially graphically. And again, the Steam 2013 version is the most easy version to manage. It's a lot of dragging and dropping. Junction 8 will probably take over all this dragging and dropping in the next year or so, because they are constantly adding and updating what's going to be on there. And I think a lot of the mods that we've spoken about will be transferred to there, so you don't need to do any of the heavy lifting. So we will make a video about that when it comes. But there we have it, Final Fantasy VIII. Man, I really want Final Fantasy VIII to get that Meguri mod treatment. I want it to be on par with what we're getting with Final Fantasy VII and IX. The time isn't now, but we can certainly dive into some things and have some fun. Only time will tell on what happens next. I appreciate you watching. Don't forget, if you want Final Fantasy VIII and you don't own it already, you can purchase it at an incredible price using my link, including the remastered version of Final Fantasy VII and IX as well. Everything's there. Thousands of Steam games on that website, so I'm hoping that you can use the link, support the channel, and have some fun with some of the mods that we've spoken about today. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side.